Let's look at some sample newsletters. When it comes to developing your own newsletter, you will choose what program you use. You will decide whether you use a template or start with a blank document. All of that is up to you. Part of the learning curve in this project is figuring out how to work with the different programs. So for this sample newsletter, it is written for a younger audience. The coloration is nice, perfectly fine, but there tends to be too much white space. It seems light on content. The size of the font could be a little bit larger, even though it's written for parents to then sit down and go over with their young children. We could still make the font a little bit bigger. As far as the picture images on the Be Picky activity, if they kept those images there and then just enlarged them, it would fill the space more. So for this one, too much white space. It doesn't seem to have enough substance to it. Here is a sample using a template. Colorations are fine. Font size is fine. Use of space, fairly good, but in this template, because the title is set with a box for a picture, look at how much space is taken up just by the picture of the mouth and the apple. So think about the front and back of a piece of paper. That's your property space. Some of you all might be thinking, well, how can I fill all of that space? Believe me, with your unit plan topic, there is enough content, and you will decide, do you cover various subsections of the topic, or do you choose one area to give more specific attention to? You decide that, yet at the same time, we need to balance the amount of space that we have with informative text, appealing pictures, yet at the same time, we don't want to just put pictures in just to fill space. And also make note of the references. We don't want too much space being filled with references, and you can always add your references to a separate piece of paper and upload those separately. So this one, colored paper, grayscale, font and images, grayscale is perfectly fine. You don't have to use colored ink, especially if that's not available to you. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to use colored paper. I have seen white paper, grayscale, that looks very, very professional. In this case, the thing that's a bit overwhelming are all the different types of word art that are used. I think this person may have just discovered word art and wanted to use as many of the options as possible. And it's just a little too much. So here's an example of a grayscale black and white newsletter. The space is used appropriately. The font size is good. Information stands out. It's broken down into clear sections for the reader to follow along. So again, you don't have to have colored ink. You don't have to go by colored paper or anything like that to have a very nice looking, appealing, professional looking newsletter. Here are a couple other examples that work well. You can see that there's an interactive component to it. Word searches for interactiveness, kind of a minimal level of interactiveness. In this case, the author put together blanks in statements So that's how they figured out which words to use in the word search. So there was a higher level of interactiveness there. So that's good. And then another example. So here is a pamphlet brochure that Brian brought home from work one day. He had stopped off at the deli near his office, and he thought, oh wow, Sue would probably appreciate seeing this. I think she covers this stuff in her classes. So I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is very nice. Glossy, heavyweight paper, nice finish to it. And then we opened it up. And as we opened it up, we both had to go get our readers. We then had to turn all the lights on to make things brighter to be able to even read some of it. I cannot believe that money was spent by a professional organization for this document. The coloration does not work. The icons are very nice. The color scheme fits colorectal cancer, but to have dark text on a dark background does not work. And this is why I include information that you'll be watching soon about the development of visual materials, because in this case, this organization needs some improvement in that. Now, here is a more recent flyer, infographic, same topic, same color scheme, but this group did a much better job with the combination of background and picture colors and text or font colors and size as well. And again, money was spent on these projects. I don't know that in the first one it was spent wisely.